Story 1. Not a man, but married to one. He is hard to buy for, especially under $50, honestly under $500, but successful presents have included fancy colas. He likes to try new ones, hot sauces, everyday carry gear, torches, multi-tools, and the like. If you do a lot of research and get one that is highly rated, not some useless gimmicky tiny gift. Most multi-tools are rubbish, sadly. A carbon steel folding openal knife is always cool. Fancy handmade decks of cards. Artists on Etsy make custom decks, with themes ranging from Lord of the Rings to steampunk to Marvel movies to Art Nouveau. They can be pretty cool. A cooling back support cushion for very non-ergonomic car seats. We are getting older. A heated foot warmer for his office. See above. Whiskey or other liqueur. Good liquor in a full-size bottle will run you over $50, but you can get a tasting selection of tiny airplane bottles, or sometimes a posh whiskey will be available in a small 200 milliliter bottle. Cigars or cigarillos. A really nice pen. A light board. A clip-on magnet for a tool belt to hold screws and nails while working. Jerky or biltong. Tickets to an experience, movies, a show, a concert, a class, kayak hire, skeet shooting, whatever. A sharpening stone. A lot, and I mean a lot, of his favorite snack. Dried apricots, pistachios, pork floss, whatever, but more than he would feel justified in buying for himself. Fancy cheese and crackers, olives, general charcuterie board stuff. Story 2. Strangely, a very small toolkit with interchangeable bit pieces. You never know when you will need it. Or a really good flashlight. Story 3. A friend bought me a really nice pepper mill. I have used it multiple times a day for years, and it always brings back fond memories of them. Story 4. I am content with what I have. The other things I want are like a new couch, and no one is spending $4,000 on gifts. Buy me tickets to a comedy show, music concert, play, or opera. I do not care what, but give me an opportunity to experience things. Story 5. Some of the best gifts under $50 I've received. A new mouse pad, Pokemon cards, craft beer, whiskey, Steam gift card, memory foam pillow, menthol shampoo, Nike cap, Adidas cap, Birkenstock Arizona sandals, thermo bottle, smart home light bulbs, art posters, a butt plug, JBL Go speaker, monitor arm, plants, beach towel, perfume, energy drinks, socks and underwear, figurines, t-shirt, stickers, wine, swimwear, keyboard wrist rest, Polaroid photos, flowers, cinema, zoo, or sports tickets. Story 6. The best present is beer, barbecue, and peace and quiet. My ex-wife never understood how I could be happy sitting alone by a fire all day. Story 7. If they know nothing about me, something I would genuinely appreciate is good quality socks and underwear. If it were me personally and they got to know my hobbies, I would probably just want some ink and paper. Story 8. If there is something material I want and can afford, I will probably buy it myself. What I would love, though, is a day bushwalking, a day picnicking, a day outside enjoying life with people I care about. Story 9. Laser digital thermometer. Every person wants this. Do you work on automobiles? You want one. Do you cook? You want one. Do you garden? You want one. Story 10. Please no more junk I don't use. The list is long, but think socks with my name on them or a tie with my wife's face on it. That does not get used, so it is a complete waste. A gift card to my local golf course would be good, or even a gift card to the local gas station. It just has to be something I will use if you insist on buying a gift. Story 11. I have told my wife that I have everything I need, and for my birthdays, she should just plan a date. When I want something, it is usually so specific that only I can choose it, so I buy it for myself. Story 12. Reading this, I feel like it just confirms that men are hard to buy for. You cannot put a steak or a blowjob under the Christmas tree. Story 13. Nothing to do with him being a man, but hobby gear of high quality. There are often small but important items that you always need. Talk to him, her, or them. Maybe a climbing carabiner of a specific type and brand, a specific video game, a specific type of affordable tool, a household appliance, or something similar. As many have mentioned, quality time. Invite him, her, or them to dinner or invest in entrance fees or tickets to something you both enjoy, such as sports, theater, or a day at the pool. Food or drinks you know he, she, or they like. You can't really go wrong with a good meal. Replacement parts for something that's broken but not really important. There's always something that needs fixing around the house, but often you don't bother shopping for it because it still kind of works. However, it would be much better if it were fixed or replaced, like a noisy fan or a scratched-up seat cover. Story 14. A record, book, hammer, Estwing makes good ones. Metal ruler, rocks glass, from a good maker like Riedel. Blackwing pencils, German ballpoint pen from Lamy, Wera Allen keys, Laguiole steak knives, desktop calculator with large buttons. Story 15. Socks and shirts, maybe pants. I knew the price when my mother bought clothes for me, but paying for them myself really makes me realize how expensive clothes are. Story 16. I cook for the family a lot, so a great gift for me is to not have to cook. Can be pizza night and I would be happy. Story 17. Socks that make me feel like I am walking on clouds. A few nice pairs of socks go a long way to making my day feel better. Story 18. A lunchbox that I can plug into my work truck. I do not know if that is under $50 or not, but that would help a lot. Story 19. Take $30 and make a donation to a charity that looks after people less fortunate. Take the remaining $20 and look after yourself. I do not want gifts anymore. Just be a good person. That is what makes me happy. I am approaching 43 if that helps. Story 20. Some books or a gift card to a bookstore. Steam gift card. An album I like on vinyl. Concert ticket. Story 21. I'm not a man, but I have given every man in my life this, and they have all said it is their favorite present. A stocked battery daddy. Story 22. Tools, anything video game or computer related, plain t-shirt, anything guitar related, different headphones or earphones, even if I already have 5 good pairs of those. If money is a problem, I will be happy to just get something like a craft beer or a good fiction book just to feel remembered. If money is an extreme problem, a hug is enough. Story 23. A friend got me a handmade safety razor kit. The item is beautiful and works amazingly. I highly recommend it. Other ideas that would work for me: a few cigars, a nice wallet, a Lego set, a Yeti water bottle or mug, fancy coffee beans. Story 24. Some clean, pre-flattened cardboard boxes, so I can make my girlfriend a mask to match mine. I know she likes mermaids and cryptids, so I want to model it after Bigfoot. Story 25. A good car wash might cost a little more to get a detailing service, but is completely worth it. Just saw it autocorrected car to cat. I'm going to leave it. Story 26. Anything you want that is affordable enough to be a gift you buy as an adult. Choose time either with them or freeing them up, depending on your life dynamic. Story 27. Nothing. At that price point, I have all I could want. I would rather you use that money on an activity or buy me around if you must. Otherwise, just wish me a happy holiday or birthday. Maybe bake something. Story 28. More 3D filament. I am always running out of this color or that color, so a surprise roll here or there would be so nice. Story 29. Pedicure? Not sure how much they are, but I would love to get one in town where no one knows me, only because I would never want to see them again after they work on these feet. Story 30. If you are looking for a present under $50 because of financial considerations, you should consider your time and a small gift. No one who is worth caring about would ever say no to a friend or partner's time. A pre-made meal and a surprise date to a cool spot with the woman of my dreams is absolutely all I would want. If you are limiting yourself to $50 because gifting gets expensive quickly, I am about to buy some items to do some cold brewing because I will be on a ship for a few months. I doubt what I am buying will cost more than $50. It is a large jar, some coffee grounds, and some very large sealable tea bags. With a new coffee cup, it will probably be almost $50 exactly. But that really depends on him. Story 31. Going out for lunch and a beer or wine somewhere nice together, or a picnic and hanging out. Time is more important than things. Story 32. If I did not already have a year pass to the following, I would want theme park tickets, lift pass for skiing, lift pass for mountain biking, a new roller skate liner, a new personal massager, a new PC game or two, a new paddle for my paddleboard, new grips for my mountain bike. There is so much I could do with 50. Story 33. I have read the comments and many people mention good socks and underwear. This leads me to the idea, what do men rarely, if ever, buy for themselves? Story 34. A large coffee cup that holds 12 ounces or more with something clever on it, such as, "Trust me, I'm a doctor," or something similar. My two favorite mugs are one that says, "You are my favorite," and a double insulated glass one so I can watch the creamer mix. Story 35. Other than the peace and quiet, nothing in the comments appealed to me, so here are my selections. If you are younger, they also have one for the 90s. These are not under $50, but I love it. Story 36. A set of insulated screwdrivers, a new card game, a Steam gift card, a small remote control forklift truck, Nerf guns, a crate of ale, a Gundam model, a new pair of Converse shoes. The list goes on. Story 37. Tire inflators that use a cigarette lighter for power are great to have in the car to fill up tires, especially since it can be hard to find a gas station with air. Story 38. Beard oils and grooming kit. Home automation gadgets. A nice pack of beers from a local brewery. Comfortable pajamas. Comfortable underwear. Story 39. I think many men would agree that if we are well fed, able to enjoy some drinks or whatever we like, and given the day to truly relax and have alone time doing something we love, it makes a difference. Obviously, making time to spend with a significant other is important too. For me, it's some surf and turf, a 12-pack of beer, a nap, and some poker. Story 40. A voucher for a restaurant in my community allows me to have a nice experience and use the voucher as a discount while spending as much as I want. I can even invite you to join me if I wish. It also supports a business in my community, which I like to do. Story 41. The Galaxy 4 smartwatch I just got was around $45 and is much more useful than I expected. I can see myself gifting this to someone around Christmas. Story 42. Just a hug. Not just any ordinary hug, but one from a significant other who wraps one arm over your shoulder and the other under the opposite arm. Then they gently squeeze and rub your back with their fingertips or nails. Ecstasy, I tell you. Story 43. Books. A gift card to a bookshop. Coffee beans. A nice Chianti, Nero Diavola, Zinfandel, Garnacha, Shiraz or similar wine. A bottle of first-press olive oil. Story 44. Fishing lures, a new Ryobi battery, salmon from Costco to smoke, or Death Wish coffee. All perfect gifts. Story 45. A nice simple meal, a warm hug, and a nap. Bonus points if there are enough leftovers for me to have for lunch 1 or 2 days that week. Story 46. A multi-tool. Leatherman tools are priced higher than $50, but Gerber makes a good one at your price point. Story 47. Steaks. Good steaks. $20 a pound ribeye. They do not need to be giant, just good quality from a butcher, not a grocery store. Story 48. Order a good meal and let me relax uninterrupted for a couple of hours. Maybe take the children to the park while I unwind. I do not know. Story 49. Lap dance with a happy ending from you is free. Actually buying something to help with their hobby or to help them look good is appreciated. Story 50. An immersion blender. 3 woven belts with Coco Pelli designs and plastic snap closures to keep my shorts up on weekends. I would like someone to vacuum my car. Let you and me sip iced tea, and you tell me about your life. Story 51. Honestly, jerky is one of those things that I never buy because it is so expensive. However, getting large amounts of free jerky would make me love someone forever. Story 52. A good flying disc for my dog and a coffee or two at the beach. My dog and I love throwing flying discs there, and we always stop for a coffee and some water before driving back home. Nothing fancy can top that. Story 53. Who is the present from? If it is from my children, I would appreciate a card or something made by them. If it is from a significant other, I would want some private time and for her to make me feel special. If it is from my parents or anyone else, I live above a restaurant. A $50 gift card would buy me lunch there twice. Story 54. Something handmade. I have several works of art, including a sculpture made from a can and wire that I will always treasure. Story 55. $40 Steam gift card. The gift that never stops giving when you can buy a game you would not normally buy. Now you can add it to your game catalog to enjoy for years to come. Story 56. In random order: French wine, Argentinian steak, Scottish whiskey, Cuban cigar. You might add one more to the list, but I leave that up to your imagination and the personal taste of the recipient. Story 57. For one solid week, I want to exist in my own world doing my favorite hobbies and catching up on them. No chores, no responsibilities, nothing. Only waking up and having an uninterrupted day where I know nothing will ruin my day. Give me one weekend. Saturday and the first half of Sunday. Please, please. Story 58. $50, preferably in one bill, but a combination of denominations is also acceptable. If you want to be fancy, put it in an envelope. Story 59. Home Depot has an LED drop light with a 25-foot cord and a built-in outlet, so you can plug a tool into it. Or a hug and a laugh. Story 60. Probably some kind of experience, like a night at a campsite with my wife, an evening picnic overlooking a beach at sunset, or a takeaway coffee with a good book while sitting together reading on a bench outdoors. Something for the garden, something I can plant that means something to us and we can watch grow. Opening some lingerie that my wife bought and then would put on for me. A good book on one of my hobbies like photography or drones. A dance lesson with my wife. A home-cooked tomahawk steak, but a really nice one with red wine. Story 61. A quiet evening and maybe an affectionate moment with my wife. I told her all I wanted was intimacy for my birthday. I got a new television stand that I assembled. Story 62. One good kitchen knife. I do not want a very expensive one because I might damage it. However, I need something better than what I have now. Story 63. Barbecue seasonings. I like trying different kinds, but I never buy them online. I always end up purchasing from a local store. Story 64. As long as it is thoughtful and heartfelt and it means spending time with someone I like, then anything. Story 65. Ryu Amiibo. Final Fantasy VII Crisis Core Reunion, Nintendo Switch. Final Fantasy X/X 2 Bundle, Nintendo Switch. Gift card for Hero Forge. Dungeon Crawler Carl hardback. I already have all of them, but if I did not, I would definitely want these. Restock of beard shampoo, conditioner, and balm. Each of the above individually is under $50, and each, aside from one exception, are things I would want and be surprised and happy to receive. Story 66. I climbed a 14,000-foot peak in Colorado. Something to commemorate that. If someone has made a great achievement specific to them, find a way to memorialize it. Story 67. My husband cannot stop talking about how much he loves his Yeti water bottle, and it has been years. I upgraded the lid to a magnetic screw top, so the top rests on the side of the lid while he takes a sip. There is no risk of dropping or misplacing it. It is important that he can sip it like a water bottle. Do not use any type of straw lid. Story 68. Drill bit set. Even if he already has one or several, I bet he is missing a whole bunch of sizes from it. Story 69. A couple of Stephen King novels that are not in my current small collection. Of course, this is a present that would be good for someone who reads, but it is what I currently want since you asked. Story 70. I would give you a list, but on the off chance you are my wife, you will completely ignore the list and buy something you think is cool. Then you will not understand why I am not jumping up and down like I just won the lottery when I open it. Story 71. Hot sauce, whiskey, or socks. Basically consumable items. If you have been an adult for a while, you probably have everything you want in the 50-pound range, apart from things that get used up. Story 72. If they are hands-on with home improvement or do their own mechanic work, especially if their normal career is something else and they enjoy this type of activity. Good high-quality hand tools are ideal. Something like consumables pliers, such as the Cobra or plier wrench, where screwdrivers or a stiletto hammer, which can cost over $100, are excellent choices. These are not usually typical items found at Home Depot or Lowe's. When I reach into my toolbox and pull out the consumables pliers that my father gave me, I remember him. While my Craftsman pliers or Stanley hammer do the job, I usually buy mid-grade tools. A premium brand tool is an infrequent purchase for me, so when received as a gift, it stands out and is memorable. Story 73. Something that removes mental labor, like a fully planned night out including outfit options, or even completing a dreaded task or errand. If someone helped me get organized, my gratitude would be overwhelming. Story 74. The idea that we could know what a person would like as a gift when all we know about them is their gender is not reasonable. I am a man. If I received most of the things people are suggesting here, my reaction would be, wow, this person doesn't know me at all. I have family members who always get me stereotypical man stuff, tools, barbecue items, beard care kits. Once they gave me a hatchet for no clear reason. I like camping, but I definitely didn't need a hatchet. Their gifts are usually not great. If you don't know someone well enough to choose a good gift for them, get them a gift card and let them pick their own gift. That's what my mother-in-law does, and I always appreciate that she doesn't try to shop for me when she knows very little about me. Usually, her gift card turns into a book I have been wanting, which is great. Edit. I just saw some people say a certain intimate act is a great gift. Okay, I was wrong. There are some things you can know we'll like just based on our gender. Story 75. For me, age 35 sounds silly, but some high-quality boxers and socks, joggers, comfy t-shirts, quality coffee, and maybe an audiobook. Story 76. A nice belt. Sometimes you can find genuine leather ones. You can get them for around $20 to $40 at any TJX location. In Canada, it is either Winners or Marshalls. Story 77. Cheese, bread, wine, and fruit can put together a nice picnic for under $50 and have a wonderful evening together. Good times do not have to be expensive times. If that is not the type of relationship, then a really nice steak or box of chops. Story 78. Are we sure she is not finished because reports of her verbally abusing her child in public went viral this week? Story 79. A kiss or a cuddle. I have had intimate relations with 3 people in the last 7 months and have not had a single kiss or cuddle yet. Story 80. Fish and chips and a can of dandelion and burdock at the seafront. We can eat them in the car because it is raining. Story 81. Something nicer than I would typically gift myself. $50 is not a lot, but I would appreciate something small that is of good quality. If you do not know someone well, you should not buy them a permanent item that you expect them to keep forever. Something consumable like candles, a beverage, or food is nice because if they do not like it, they do not have to feel bad about never using it or throwing it away. Story 82. I always like things, but I'm too lazy to get them, to be honest. Whatever that is for that particular man. Underwear, nice socks, cologne. Story 83. Honestly, grab something to drink and sit by a river or lake for a couple of hours talking about anything or nothing, just enjoying the quiet with someone who means a lot to me. Story 84. For my wife to actually listen to me when I say, that is a bad idea. It will cost a lot of time, money, and effort if you do it that way, and I have to redo it. Story 85. To quote the philosopher Al Goldstein, if I had a nickel for every $20 transaction I have had, I could get another. Story 86. What I want doesn't cost a thing. I just want to be appreciated, valued, and loved. Not given breadcrumbs, treated like a last option, or strung along. Story 87. The answer varies from one person to another. For me, it would be something tech or personal computer related, maybe a mousepad or a video game. Clothes work for me as well, such as a t-shirt or a pair of jeans, but not shoes. Tickets to a movie or a couple of bites at any diner or a restaurant are also good options. Story 88. I like tickets to events and shows. There are tons of great upcoming shows that you can attend for under $50. Story 89. This depends on the situation. If it is like a secret Santa at work, then just get me an okay bottle of whiskey. If it is one of my nieces or nephews trying to buy a gift for me, just come out to the property with some ammunition or some mixed gas and let us go ride the quads or hunt or do something together. Kid. If it is my brother or sister or parents, bring the beer and I will fire up the grill. Let us sit on the porch and talk about all the memories, trouble, and fun we had. If it is my wife, let us just take a couple of days off work to extend our weekend and go be somewhere together, away from all the trouble of the real world. Eat dehydrated backpacking food and sleep in the tent on top of the Toyota 4Runner somewhere where our phones cannot ring if they want to. Story 90. Food or alcohol. Something expendable. You can do this every time. Could be a bag of candy. If you give me some extruded piece of plastic that I didn't plan for and that will take up space, and I have to act like I like it and then sneak it into the trash months later to cover it up, you're just gonna upset me. Story 91. If he is practical and frugal, then he will not spend money on fancy snacks and drinks. Beef jerky, sparkling water, higher shelf liquor, cartoon socks, and accessories for the three things he looks at most online shopping: video games, clothes, and trucks. Story 92. Lock pick set. Mechanical puzzles. Whiskey. Puzzle magazines such as Variety with dozens of types of puzzles. Gourmet food items like dark chocolates and pretzels. Spa products such as foot masks and face masks. Trip to a cat cafe. Story 93. Clean house, laundry done, dinner made, her wrapped in a bow or any of the other 100 different bedroom mild to explicit outfits I have bought for her, but I have never seen her in more than once. Wearing sexy heels, a warm, eager, enthusiastic interaction focused selfishly on showing me a good time. Story 94. A good nose hair and beard trimmer. A decent bottle of whiskey, Glenlivet, Glenfiddich, etc. Work gloves that can also be used for touchscreens and protective UV-resistant shades. Gel insert knee pads. A new battery for the cordless set he has. Scratchers. Fleshlight or flashlight. Gas card. 2 Red Ryder BB guns. 304 non-dairy creamers and a straw. A Clone-A-Willy with wax and a wick, so we can watch our own private part melt. Story 95. One of my favorite gifts was an orchid plant from the grocery store. It was given by my manager when I worked for a hospice company as a birthday gift. 5 years later, I still have it, and it still flowers regularly. Story 96. I'm good. Honestly, take the $50 and go out with your girlfriend for a couple of hours at Starbucks. Give me the time to myself. Story 97. A decent bottle of whiskey, Rocks and Mini Flex Companion, food and brews at a good brewery, a few books on my list, recreational equipment incorporated gift card. Story 98. Dungeons and Dragons miniatures, a gift card to Micro Center, an artist's rendition of a map from any of my favorite games, a donation to a good cause, like Save a Fox under my name. Seriously, I love this. A dinner, drinks, or a cute dress or clothing to wear with you, a receipt for a camp outing, gas money for a shared hike an hour or two away, tools such as magnetic ratchet screwdrivers with bits, dog toys for my pets, if I have or had one, an escape room experience. I found out I enjoy them greatly. Puzzle we can do together. I'm sure I'm missing something, but essentially don't think too hard about it. Appeal to our inner child or whatever makes you happy with us. Story 99. A day to myself, in my own house, with no phone calls, texts, emails, or contact with anyone. Seriously, leave me alone for a day and I will actually give you 50 pounds instead. Thanks a bunch for sticking around till the end of the video. Remember to subscribe, and until next time, stay awesome and goodbye.